Let's move on to the media specialist Zana Omer. He will talk about the relation between Turkey and ISIS. Please come on stage. Good morning. Since 2014 and until 2015, the relation between ISIS and its neighbors was in clash with all sides in the so-called state borders. There was some kind of stability and quietness. There are oil fields. There is commercial relations, but I want to concentrate on the dirty transaction in 2015. There was some introductions for this dirty transaction between ISIS and Turkey. The introductions of it is the internal situation in Turkey and the internal situation also in ISIS. As for the internal situation in Turkey in 2015, as for the European report, Turkey says Turkey needs everything to to continue the peace process with PKK. The system needs a new system, and ISIS use this for its advance. The prominence of Khawarij in 2015, there were executions for a lot, and specifically Tunisians, what called Khawarij, and what was called killing by interest inside ISIS. It was a accusation that was legitimized by the kill by interest and the killing of Khawarij in 2015. Abu Ubaidah al-Bahraini, and there were also someone, Turki bin Ali, who legitimized this. There were a lot of contradictions happened after the fight of Kobane. ISIS lost hundreds of their fighters. In addition to the immigration, like Turki bin Ali, high-ranked members, and there was afraid of the Turkish wave in 2015. And the important meeting happened in 2015 between Abu Ubaidah Turkey, which is the responsible of Turkish Bay'a. Abu Ubaidah Turkey made the high-ranked first-class leaders. He was really close of Adnani. Adnani is the mastermind of ISIS. In addition, he was the main mastermind of the attacks that happened in France and Belgium and Paris. These introductions, there was a need for an internal situation, ISIS internal situation in Turkey. There was a need for a new agreement. There was introduction for the dirty transaction. Abu Ubaidah Turkey, responsible for Turks Bay'a. There was meeting between al-Baghdadi and him. They talked about whether Abu Ubaidah Turkey will be assigned in Turkey file, that he will be responsible about the external operations and the relations with the Turkish state, the ideological state of the Turkish wave, which is adjacent to the Brotherhood wave. Everyone was displaced. He who was opposition with the Turkish state. 2015 was very dangerous state. The AKP used ISIS to hit their internal opponents inside Turkey, and in addition to 2015, exactly, there was a lot about opening borders and to threatening Europe, to sending immigrants to Europe. As for the duality of using the immigrants and the attacks, there are 35 announcements or declarations in Turkish states about sending the immigrants. After day or two of the declaration, there were attack in Europe. The Turkish officials meant that they meant they were sending jihadists to Europa. There was a sentence one of the researchers wrote that Recep Tayyip Erdogan was imposing jizya, which is kind of tax, on Europe. The groups that went out, ISIS was used by AKP to hit opponents inside Turkey. There was 6 explosions happened inside Turkey in 2015. ISIS adopted it, declared the responsibility, and the operation that ISIS did in a cooperation with the Turkish intelligence inside the documentary showed that how, and also followed by documentations that proves that these explosions were planned by ISIS in cooperation with the Turkish intelligence to hit opponents, because all of these explosions 2015 hit only HDP party. As for the Europe threatening and imposing jizya, which is kind of tax by AKP, AKP also used ISIS and helped ISIS in the matter of threatening Europe and sending jihadists. Through 2015 specifically, these groups were connected completely with Al-Adnani. Adnani was supervisor, and he is a khatib of ISIS, responsible for recruiting hundreds of thousands of Europe jihadists that were sent to Syria. The most close person to Adnani, Abu Abada Jazrawi, he was a Saudi individual from Syrian origin. He sent 5 groups approximately to France. These groups that executed the Paris and Belgium operations and attacks. Abu Abada Jazrawi, his fate, according to journalist investigations, but we cannot get to a result to define his fate. It is thought that he is arrested in France, according to information given to SDF by France. These groups stayed with Daesh's Amir. Each time every group gets out from Syria and go to Europe, went firstly to Turkey in Gaziantep and stayed like a week inside Gaziantep. On Yunus Dormaz, the Emir, he was closely connected, according to testimonies of the Ankara explosion. He was a personal knowing with the Turkish police and the intelligence in Gaziantep. Thank you. Thank you very much.